Well, the good news is we're not losing. The bad news is we're not winning. And frankly, while that's bad news, it's not extraordinarily bad news. After beating Frank Varos, we drew with Newcastle 1-1. Verón with the goal. The game against West Ham was a 0-0 snoozer. Joachim Andersen had an 8-1, and a couple other guys had some nice ratings as well. Iturbe had a 7.3, but literally this game was like 5 highlights of nothing. A lot of the ball getting knocked up and down the field, and that was it. Against Red Star, the first time we drew 2-2. This was a game they came back to win. We went 2-0 up in the first half, and then Zivkovic had a goal from the 68th minute, and then Omoy Juanfo had a goal 2 minutes later to claw the drawback. Gabriel Verón, as I mentioned, had a brace of goals. He had a really good game. And then against Wolves, we beat them 2-0 thanks to a goal by Jordan Clark and a goal by Joachim Andersen. Clark is really making some improvement. His dribbling's up to 16, his first touch is up to 13, his passing's up to 11, his composure's up to 12, his vision's improving, his agility and balance are improving. So I think getting him first team playing time, even against some of the quality of opponents we're playing, has been a really good thing for him. So we're playing Peterborough today in the Carabao Cup 4th round. We're going to play Arsenal offline. We're going to come back and catch Red Star again, try and get our revenge against them. Peterborough is fighting relegation in the Championship, which means they're going to be out to do the best they can against us, which means we really have to watch ourselves. So we've got Iturbe in goal, Riedewald, Anderson, Thaler, and Kasuno as the defensive back four, Stockbridge and Seone as the midfielders, Olise and Perez as the attack midfielders, Clark and Edward up top as the strikers. Stockbridge, I had originally planned to bring along a little bit slowly, and then I realized how good he was. I mean, he's 2.5-star current ability, 5-star potential ability, but if I compare him to Riedewald, who is 3-star current, 3-star potential, 3.5-star potential, he's really quite close to him. I mean, he's 1 or 2 points off in just a couple of areas. And so I don't think playing him is that much of a downgrade. Plus, it leaves Riedewald available for some of these other places to play as well, especially at defensive left back, where he's turned in some really nice performances. Kasuno can... Oh, good gracious. He's injured, so he can't take it. Malatini or Nathan Ferguson. You know what, let's do this real quick. We'll look at Ferguson, and we'll compare him to Malatini. Malatini's a bit better on the attack. So you know what, that's what we'll go with. We'll go with Malatini. Ferguson strikes me as one of those players who has a very large range in his potential ability when the game first starts. And if you don't play him often enough, he's never going to reach that upper potential. That's the impression I get from playing him. I know from my private beta save, he turned into a really good player. And I've played him as much now, at least I played him as much in the first couple of seasons as I did the first couple of seasons in my private beta, and he's not the player he was then. Oh, Notts County is still in the Carabao. Good for them. Oh, ball's bombed forward to Thaler. He gets it up to Malatini. Malatini passes up to Perez. Perez feeds Edward back to Malatini. Back to Thaler. All the way back to Iturbe. Anderson. Stockbridge up into space. Edward, Perez, and it's a nice save by the Peterborough keeper. Olise sends it in. It's knocked away. Stockbridge is going to run it down. Gets it back to Riedewald. And the highlight ends. That was frustrating. They're playing this 5-2-1-2. Let's go wider on the attack. See what happens there. See if we can't spread them out a little bit more. Pescaru up into space for Jones. Nice first touch from the Posh. Tomlinson, however, gives the ball away. Riedewald sends it back to Iturbe. He bombs it forward. Pescaru. The other guy's name didn't pop up. I don't know who kicked it down the field. I just know it ended up back at our feet. Olise takes the shot. He skies it. Ambitious. Grazes the top of the bar. Wow. 10 shots, 3 on target. That's not a good return. But 3 long shots, too. That's bad. We've had our opportunities. The question is, do I yell at the guys? Hands on hips, I'm not happy. Okay, they at least seem motivated. Yeah, they've dropped back. If only because we're pushing so high up. We're attacking. Edward is gassed, so let's get him off and bring on Pellegrini. Riedewald on the throw to Stockbridge, and it started raining. He kicks it down the field. Pescaro to Edwards to Jones. It's dispossessed, but it goes right to Harris. Thaler, however, knocks away. Malatini sends it up, but it goes to Edwards for Posh. Pescaro to Edwards. He gives the ball away to Riedewald. Taps up to Elise, to Pellegrini, who broke through, and he hits the post, and it goes in. An assist by the Woodwork sees us go up 1-0. I don't know what Edwards was doing there. He may have been trying to hit that guy. You can't see my mouse. I don't have my mouse turned on. It was a bad pass by Edwards. Okay, Elise is very gassed. Get him off and bring on Eze. Riedewald on the throw-in. Clark heads it down. Elise to Riedewald. Pellegrini heads it back to Clark, who loses the ball. Smotic to Clark Harris. Back to Smotic. Taylor to Jones. Up into space. Schmotix. Is it Sammy Schmotix? Jones sends it in, and it's knocked away. That is. That's I remember that name from Kev's save. One of his non-League to Legend saves. And it took a little bit of luck. I'll be the first to admit it, but we eke out a 1-0 victory against Posh. 25 shots, 9 on target. No clear-cut chances, 3 half chances, 8 long shots. It's just way too much. We're not really a long shot team. I'm going to tell the guys nice victory because I don't want to yell at them because, frankly, it was a nice victory. And we're going to save the game here, and then we're going to play Arsenal offline and then come back for our Europa League match against Red Star in just a bit. Well, this is not exactly surprising or unexpected. There are a few clubs that made a move for Elise during the transfer window, and I denied them all because last season when he signed a new contract, I had a £52 million release clause attached to it. So, we're going to discuss it with him, see what he says. An important part of my plans, I don't want to lose you. What will it take to keep you here? Okay. We reached the semifinals last year, for crying out loud. Okay, I'll let him go, but only if I get £52 million for him. Now, it can be £52 million total if you know, it's 30 up front and 26 million later, and most of that 26 is easily achievable, but... Ooh, Arteta fired Arsenal. Yeah, you know what? I could have gone over that while we were here, too, because we just beat Arsenal 2-1. There was a Gabriel own goal, and Perez had a goal in the 40th minute. And that, yeah, Arsenal is not doing well this season. They are currently in 12th place. So they just fired Arteta. So... luckily, I think I have a replacement for Elise already lined up. That's the good news. The bad news is it's here early, and we'll take a look at that in the January transfer window. Back with the game against Red Star in just a bit. May not be the most match fit of match fit squads, but most everybody is at least in the positive sort of green. It's not that sickly yellow green like this. But we got a Turbe in goal, Riedewald, Zagadou, Anderson, and Kasunu as the defensive back four, Stockbridge and Sioni as the midfielders, Eze and Elise as the attack midfielders, Pellegrini and Edward up top as the strikers. Riedewald on the throw-in to Eze. Back to Riedewald. He drives forward, passes it up into space for Eze. Eze's got help. Pellegrini's there, and he puts it near post. I didn't see Pellegrini until the last second. I was focusing on the guy who was near the penalty spot. Pellegrini came running in. I thought he was aiming towards Edouard. Or possibly, who's that there? Olise. Edouard on the throw-in. He's dispossessed by Dragovic. Gets the ball back to Claudio. Oh, that was dangerous. Zivkovic down to Diani. He passes it up. Jafun. I can't pronounce that. Headed away. Olise. Driving right. Doesn't really have help. And he's fouled. What the heck is that guy's last name? Omijwanfo. What's his first name? Riedewald. Back to Iturbe. Iturbe bombs it forward towards Pellegrini. He has it down to Edouard. Edouard passes it to Olise. Up into space for Edouard. He rounds the keeper off the post. Follows it up and gets the goal. That's only his second goal of the season. That'd be a little bit disturbing if not for the fact I've had other players step up and score. Okay, we got a little lucky there, but I'm going to take it. Ohai. Ohai is that guy's first name. That's what we're going to call him. Rodic on the throw to Vanic. To Katai. Kasuna dispossesses him. Katai gets the ball back. Eze intercepts that pass. Pellegrini ends up with it. Back to Riedewald. Riedewald to Seoni. Seoni up into space. Pellegrini. He goes wide. Holds it up. Centers it. Edouard's there, and he gets his second goal of the game. A nice assist by Pellegrini. Red Stars absolutely falling apart. Yeah, the defender was forced to choose between Edouard and Olise, and he chose to guard neither, really. He sat between them, left Edouard wide open. Coming up at halftime, a very good first half for us. 10 shots, 7 on target, 2 clear-cut chances, a half chance, a decent possession advantage. And I say that because I was looking at the wrong thing. A slight possession advantage, but a very good game for us. That's a nice stadium. Govovic on the throw-in to Ohai. Gets the ball to Diani. Nikolic to Katai. Diani. Back out to Golubic. He centers it in. It's knocked away. Ivanic gets it over to Rodic. Rodic crosses in. It's knocked away. Olise heads it forward to Edouard. Edouard holds it up. Gets the ball to Kasunu. Back to Olise. Dispossessed, but the ball goes right to Seoni. To Anderson. Back to Zagadou. Zagadou up to Seoni. Seoni to Edouard. Edouard up into space. Pellegrini. And he scores. Was he onside? He had to have been onside. I would have called him offside sooner. Oh, Ramos is not having a good match. Edouard. Yep. Nice. Over the top pass. And Pellegrini just rounds Ramos. Puts it in your post. Well done. There are times I hate this program. I reset my filter because the fans on my laptop kicked on and they cause a feedback on the mic that is really hard to edit out in DaVinci, and I double-clicked again. That's annoying. It was a good result for us on the field. Behind the mouse is another matter entirely. Save the game here. Krimpatic, Crystal Palace aren't as good as they think they are. Well, we just scored 6 on you, buddy. I'm thinking we're pretty good. Shakhtar is set to launch an Edouard bid. I will be looking for the upper end of 36 million for that. Pellegrini can take over for him in the short term. Pellegrini isn't as good as Edouard, but he's close, which I can live with for a season. So yeah, I think it's safe to say we've clinched Group D. But that said, we are still going to come back 4. We played Kiev? Did we play Kiev? We did not play Dynamo Kiev. We skipped them. So we'll come back for the Dynamo Kiev Chelsea game. How long is this episode? 30 minutes before editing. I know there's a decent amount of dead space in there, so yeah. And yeah. So we'll come back for Dynamo Kiev Chelsea, just so that we can say we've played all of our group opponents. And Chelsea's in second place. We are up in 5th right now. So top 4. There's not a lot of separation between the top 4 and the bottom 3 for the moment. That's going to change as the season goes forward. But yeah, that's what we'll do. We're going to play Everton and United offline. We'll come back for Dynamo Kiev and Chelsea. And then we're playing Watford in the 3rd round of the Carabao. So what we will probably do is Watford-Tottenham. Or do I do Watford and then skip these 3 games to play whoever we're playing in the FA Cup 3rd round? I don't know. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Scheduling does not make for an easy time of recording some things. But that's what we're going to do. So again, another pibcac error behind the mouse with the volume at the end. But 2 really good wins for us. The Peterborough game, a bit of a snoozer. We had to eke out a victory there, but a victory is a victory. Against Red Star, we absolutely dominated them. Puts us in control of Group D. And we're doing really well. The win against Arsenal was nice, too. It was a good game for us. It helped get Michael Arteta fired, which is a bad thing for him. But we're doing a lot better than I thought we would be in terms of league standing. But then again, it's only the first third of the season. Things could change. So that said, self-imposed technical difficulties aside, if you did like what you see there, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more content, questions, criticisms, comments. Leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. My name is FM Jellicoe, and thank you for watching.